What's going on, guys? Aero here, and guys, I just got finished watching the Splatoon 2 direct that just happened, and I gotta say, guys, that direct definitely had a lot of content. Like, I know I said in my predictions live stream that I did a few days ago, I was saying, like, most likely we're probably not gonna see a lot of new content, and it's more just gonna be like a refresher, like they said in the tweet, on what the information is gonna be about Splatoon 2, and not so much new stuff. But we actually got a lot of good stuff shown and a lot of new stuff, so I think we can all safely say that now we know all the information that we need to know about Splatoon 2, because even though we've been getting a lot of information about this game, it just didn't feel like we've been getting a lot of information. So this whole wrap up that they did with this direct, it kind of made all the information concise and in one spot. So I think now we can say that we definitely know everything we need to know about Splatoon 2. So I think that that's really cool, but there was definitely a lot of stuff showing off in the direct today, and I do want to give you guys my thoughts on it and how I feel about it. So I'm going to try to go as fast as I can, because I know if I talk about everything for too long, this video can definitely become really long. So I'll try to make it as short as I can, and yeah, let's get started. Alright, so first up, we've got some of the new shop owners in Splatoon 2. So now if you ever want to buy any new gear or something like that in Splatoon, you obviously got to go to the shops and stuff where you can talk to people and be able to buy the new clothing and stuff that you would want. So we got introduced to the new shop owners in Splatoon 2, and so yeah, the ones we have are called Flo, Gelfonzo, and Bisque, and I really like these. I think that they all have some really interesting designs, and I really like that. I was hoping that they weren't just going to take the shop owners from Splatoon 1 and just put them into this one, because it really shows how they were talking about how fashion's evolved and there's new stuff that's trending. So I think it's cool to have new shop owners, and they definitely all look pretty unique, and it looks like they're all going to have that unique way of talking like how they had in the first Splatoon. So it looks cool. I think that they're all pretty interesting. We also got introduced to Sheldon again. So as you remember, if you played Splatoon 1, Sheldon is the person you would go to if you ever want to buy new weapons and stuff. And what's really cool now is you can finally skip all of the stuff that he's saying, because I know he elaborates a lot on weapons, and one time I took a month break from Splatoon, and I just didn't come back to that game, and that was the time where they were still adding all of the DLC weapons and stuff. And I remember I came back and there was so much text to go through for all the weapons. It was just a half hour right there. So I really like how you can skip through that now. Now, one thing that I was a little bit unsure about for this direct was if they were going to show any more new weapons. And by new weapons, I mean actual new weapons with different stats, instead of just weapons that we already know about, but with different specials and subs. And to my surprise, we actually had a good amount of new weapons that were shown off. So the first one we have here is called the Clash Blaster, which is just going to be a blaster, but it's going to have a really good fire rate, so you're going to be able to shoot pretty fast with it, and it's also going to be a really close range weapon. But I still think that this can be really useful, especially in a mode like tower control, where everybody's just going to be on that tower, because you will be able to shoot really fast onto that tower. That's definitely going to become very useful. The next one we have here is called the Flingza Roller, and it's going to be a roller, but you're going to take a little bit longer to flick, but you're going to be able to flick your ink really far. So that's pretty cool as well. If you're a roller player, you'll definitely probably like this, because you're going to be able to use the roller much more efficiently. You also have the Goo Tuber, which is going to be a charger, but you're going to be able to hold your charge for a really long time. So that's cool if you're a really mobile charger player and you want to move around and make sure you get the best place to splat people. Being able to hold your charge is going to be really good as well, because you're going to be able to make sure you can get to the best location while still having your charge. And then finally we have the Dapple Dualies, which look really fun. It's going to be like Splat Dualies, but they're really light, so you're going to be able to dodge roll and stuff really fast, and so they look a lot of fun as well. And so I'm definitely a really big fan of all of these new weapons. Now, another cool thing that was shown off during the direct were some brand new special weapons. So the first one that we have here is called the Bomb Launcher, and it's basically going to be something that hooks onto the back of your ink tank, and it's going to allow you to shoot out a whole bunch of bombs wherever you're looking. So that looks really cool. Now, I don't know if these bombs are all going to be different types of bombs, like if it's going to be a suction bomb and then a burst bomb or something like that, or if they're all going to be the same bomb, but it still looks pretty cool. We also have Ink Armor, which is going to increase the defense of all of your allies, and it looks really cool because it looks like the allies don't even have to be near you. If you guys remember the bubbler item from the original Splatoon, you could give that to your allies, but they had to be close by to where you were so that they could catch onto your bubbler. But I think this one will actually just go to wherever your allies are, so that's really cool. And then we also have the Baller, which is going to be a big ball that you're going to be able to get into and then roll up walls and stuff, and then when it's over, when the special's over, it's going to explode and leave a whole bunch of ink everywhere. So that's cool, especially in a mode like Splat Zones, where they have control. You could just go over there in your ball and then have that explode everywhere. So that looks like a really cool item as well. So I really like all of these new special weapons. So another thing that they quickly talked about during this direct was how you're going to have different ranks for all of your different modes that are going to be in ranked battle. So I think that that's cool. Like, you're going to have a different rank for Splat Zones, Tower Control, and Rainmaker. So that's really cool, because if you like playing ranked battle but you know you're not good at one of them, like if you're not that good at Tower Control, and if Tower Control's in the rotation when you want to play Splatoon 2, then you don't have to worry about having that like bad mode that you're not good at being able to like put your rank down really low. So I think that that's cool, because you know that like if you're good at a certain thing, then that rank will be pretty high. So I like how they divided all of that up. I think that that's going to be pretty cool. Alright, so we also got some brand new gear abilities that are going to be in Splatoon 2 as well, and so some of these are actually really interesting, so I'm really excited for them. Now the first one that we have here is called Thermal Ink, and I'm pretty sure that the way that this one works is that if you hit someone with your ink but you don't kill them, then you're going to be able to see where they are, like if they're behind a wall or something. So I think that that's pretty useful, especially like in a mode where you want to make sure that like you know wherever your opponents are. I think it's going to be useful to know if they're behind a wall or something, so I can definitely see this ability coming in pretty handy. We also have one called the Object Shredder. Now this is going to be able to do a lot of damage to anything that isn't an Inkling. So I think that that's pretty useful, especially like if you have someone on the opposite team who likes putting down those like satellites. I'm sorry, I'm blanking on the name. Like those satellites where like people can super jump to them. So I think that that's going to be cool, because you'll be able to take out those pretty easily. Also, you'll probably be able to take out sprinklers and stuff like that as well. So I think that that can be pretty useful. We also have one called the Respawn Punisher, which I'm pretty sure it makes you respawn a little bit slower, I'm pretty sure, but then like your special gauge doesn't get dropped as much or something like that. I'm a little bit unsure on how this one works, so maybe you guys can let me know in the comments on how that one works. But we also have one called the Drop Roller, and this is one that's going to be allowing you to like move a little bit once you get your super jump. So like especially like if you know where someone's going to be able to see like your super jump and you don't have the stealth jump thing activated, then I think it's cool, because you're going to be able to move. So if someone's just sitting there aiming and waiting for you to come, then you're going to be able to kind of trick them by going in a different direction. So that can be a useful ability as well. Now, another thing that they talked about briefly during the direct were the rewards that you're going to be able to get for completing Salmon Run. So as we all know, Salmon Run is going to be this brand new mode in Splatoon 2, where it's going to be you and 3 other Inklings, and you need to survive against multiple waves of salmon that are going to be coming. So it looks like a really fun mode, and we've also heard that the rewards are going to be really cool for Salmon Run as well, and so we finally got to see those types of rewards in this direct. And so you guys can see right here that we can get some custom clothing that's only going to be exclusive to Salmon Run. So that's really cool. We can also get like ability chunks to get merch to put us a certain sub ability. So there's definitely going to be some really cool rewards that you can get. So I'm definitely really looking forward to that. I think I'm definitely going to try out a lot of Salmon Run to make sure that I can get some cool rewards. So I think that these rewards are really cool. Alright, so another thing that they finally showed off during the Splatoon 2 Direct was the Nintendo Switch Online app that they've been talking about. And so we got to see this app right here, and it definitely looks like it's going to be a pretty simple app to use. It doesn't look that complicated. And we also got to see the Splatoon 2 specific app, which is going to be called Splatnet 2. So I think that this app looks really cool, because you're going to be able to see like a detailed review of all of the past matches that you've had, and you're also going to be able to see like what stages are available right now as well. And you can also order gear and stuff like that that's going to be able to be purchased in the game. So I think that this app is going to look really cool, and especially like if you have certain stages and stuff that you really like in Splatoon 2 and you don't want to turn on your Nintendo Switch to see what stages are available, the fact that you can just check them on your phone or your mobile device is definitely going to be really handy. So I think that this app is going to be a lot of fun, and I'm definitely going to really like checking out different gear and stuff like that to see if I can get any cool deals and stuff. So I'm really looking forward to this app. Now, one thing that a lot of people were confused about was how the Nintendo Switch doesn't have Miiverse. And if the Nintendo Switch doesn't have Miiverse, then that means that there's not going to be a place for any hand-drawn messages in Splatoon to go to. So a lot of people were thinking that there's just not going to be any more drawing or something like that in Splatoon 2 because there's no place to send them. But thankfully, they do have a mode, and it's just going to be something like in Inkopolis Square, where you're going to be able to go and draw messages on the Wii U, or not the Wii U, the Nintendo Switch tablet. So that's pretty cool. I think it's going to be fun to see the fun messages that people can draw, and I really liked seeing all of the ones that they've had for Splatfest, so I think that that's going to be really cool as well. Now, another thing that was shown off during this Splatoon 2 Direct was the Krusty Sean food truck. Now, we've all talked about this food truck from the very first Splatoon 2 trailer that was shown off, and we've all wondered about what this food truck could have and like what its purpose could be, and so we finally got to see it in this Direct, and it's basically going to have Krusty Sean from the original Splatoon game, and he's going to give you food that's going to have certain effects for your online matches, so you're going to be able to get more money or more experience. So I think that that's cool. You're going to have a faster leveling up system if you really want, or if you really need money to buy certain gear, you're going to be able to get money fast as well. So I think that that's cool, especially like if you want to have an intense session of Splatoon for a little bit, then having like extra gear bonuses and stuff like that that you could get from eating food is definitely going to be really useful. Now, we've already talked about all of the new weapons that are going to be in Splatoon 2, but they've already shown off some of the new DLC weapons that are going to be coming out later for Splatoon 2 as well. And so the first one that we have here is called the Splatbrella, and this looks really cool because it's based off of an umbrella, and it's going to be able to shoot out ink, but you're also going to be able to open up the umbrella as well and use that to block incoming ink from other people. So that looks really cool. I think it's going to have a lot of potential of having like a new move style and stuff like that on how you're going to be able to use it and make sure that you can use it well. So that looks like an interesting weapon. And then we also have a new special weapon, which is going to be called the Bubble Blower, and this is going to allow you to put out a whole bunch of bubbles for your color, and then you're going to be able to shoot the bubbles and they explode everywhere with your ink as well. So I think that that looks really cool, and I can't wait to see the other new weapons and special weapons that they have as DLC that are going to be coming out later as well. So I think that the DLC for Splatoon 2 looks really promising. And finally, the last thing that we have to talk about are two brand new Inklings, and so these Inklings are Marina and Pearl. So you guys can see right here that these are basically Callie and Marie 2.0, so they're basically like Callie and Marie for Splatoon 2, and you guys can see right here that they also like perform and stuff as well, so it looks like this is going to be like the new version of music and stuff that the Inklings have been listening to since like time has gone by from the original Splatoon game, and it looks really cool. They also have like their own news show, so whenever you like launch the game and you want to like see what maps are available and stuff, we've got 2 more people as well. But the only thing that I'm a little bit disappointed about is if you guys looked at that screen where they're talking about the stages and stuff that are available, it doesn't look like there's any sort of skip button. I could be wrong about that. Maybe it's going to be added in like an update or something, but I'm a little bit disappointed because I'm sure there's still people out there that agree with me that they don't like listening to that like stuff about all the maps and stuff that are available, because you can just go into the lobby and see what the maps are right away. So I don't really like listening to all of that, so I wish that there was a skip button for you to be able to skip all of that, or at least speed it up like how you have for the Sheldon one, where you can just hold down the button and like skip all of the stuff that he's saying pretty fast. But I really hope that they add something like that. But either way, these two Inklings look really cool. I really like the designs, especially because Marina is like an Octoling, so that's really cool. I don't think we've had that before, so they definitely look like they've got some unique designs as well, and I can't wait to hear more about like their personalities and stuff that they agree on for the Splatfest. So yeah, there you go guys. Splatoon 2 looks like a really fun game. I can't wait to get this game in my hands. It's going to be a lot of fun playing it. I'm definitely going to be streaming it and doing a lot of fun stuff with it. So definitely be sure to click that like button if you guys enjoyed this video, and also comment down below on what you guys thought of the Splatoon 2 Direct. Do you guys like the new stuff that they showed off? Did you guys not like some of the stuff? Definitely let me know what are all of your thoughts down below. If you're new to this channel, then be sure to subscribe. I've got a lot of cool Nintendo content coming out, and you can definitely bet that there's going to be Splatoon 2 content coming out on in the future as well. So be sure to subscribe. Go follow me on Twitter at Aero if you ever want to tweet me something or ask me something. I'm always able to reply to everyone on Twitter, so be sure to go and follow me there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.